Let's get this gangster gives rolling in.
Get
Black
it.
Illuminati.
Snack. Used to sleep on the floor with a deal check. Got a bag I can't bag yet because it's still
Woo!
wet. Reaper man, I pay him a visit, they pay his bill check. Brain hemorrhage, blunt force trauma, I make him feel that. I rather seal that. Send out the bricks that had the Nike swoop stats. I'm just doing it for the camp. Niggas sold them to the plug, now he's shopping behind my back. One thing about that bitch calling, she coming back. If you trapping, keep it strap close. Nowadays, the shit became a trend. It's your homies out, cause everybody back though.
Hey.
But everybody black though. I let the beans catch a bean. Used to vomit off the second hand crack smoke. Nigga, you think Steve from chasing the key. Cause none, hope I didn't purchase work from the FPDs. Cause every time I see the judge, it's like a scary movie. Fuck the court, real nigga can't do no jury duty. Internet and alter this shit through a different game now. I don't rap about dead ops, I let his name down. Shame how they blackball Kane, they scratch my name out. I pushed it longer than I expected to get my name out. They want to take me out.
Shit.
Like Shikari, Black Illuminati. Rabbit Street need a body. I got all of them leeches away from around me. You ain't rich enough to get me hit, pussy. Go up the bounty. Get some cheese, bitch. Drop a scene, bitch. Blew up, had them hugging them EMTs, bitch. Turn the witness to Stevie Wonder, who you ain't seen shit. Youngest on the Mando slides, this shit routine, bitch. Delta 88 with a cool knot in my tube socks. Now I push the goon through the boondocks and the coon tops. Penthouse in the city, my pops giving me rooftop. Told them free my nigga G, we the whole let the roots out. You feel my energy? They gon' remember me, they never had a friend like me. Your enemy, my enemy, just never crashed a whip. It got placed in both shoulders. If he didn't live through that accident, this shit could have been over. Yeah. They want to take me out this game like Shikari, Black Illuminati, Afghan doggy, straight off the poppy. I ain't trust him at the dust. I'm like Christopher Maltasani, and it hurt my heart to hurt you, but niggas street need a body. Yeah. I don't have these souls, bitch, get a hobby. She ain't working and you ain't got a wifey, you got a Tommy, yeah. I got all of them leeches away from around me, bulletproof the Escalade. I got iron like Robert Downey, nigga.
Ooh.
I got iron like Robert Downey.
Downey.
Jay, Gangster Gibbs.
That show
You
is
know who
fire.
that
Dog.
is? Hey,
I don't do the chrome art, I just do the home art. You can catch a headshot or you can catch a dome dart. Go ahead and put the kids to sleep, this the grown part. But we knew what Billboard was, we had our own chart. Strapped and they full of cold, but you take your own charge. I ain't never worked for nobody, I sold my own heart. Smoke a fat one in the back, right in my own yard. Playing dominoes with my man, he in the boneyard. Now I can pay for the jet. With it. I ain't never played a phone guard, some guards. Your man got the semi, but he ain't popping. My youngin' got the bricks and the Hemi, and he ain't stopping. A little extra in the beginning to get him copping. He ain't worried, cause if they get him, I get him cocked. He know not to fuck with them bitches, they get him hot in. Stay low, finish the work, you get a drop in. They just wanna be around money, but they are not friends. Until you fall back from them, that's where the plot ends. I've been repping the apple since it was rotten. When you a golden, you can never be forgotten. They got a ram and you'll never let the cops in. I can have your funeral in the top 10. A lot of niggas are nice, but they are not him. There's really nothing that you can do to stop him. Pulling the God MC just like Rock him. And even took some L's, but yeah, he got wins.
Damn. Yo, that's a vibe and a half, bro.
yo, what up, what up, what up? What's the good word? This is HTHEMAN. You are now locked in, of course, the Real Talk Sports with the host with the most. And of course, you got to have a broadcast colleague right here to my right, the Chopper.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Yo, I'm glad you had me back, homie. Appreciate you.
Podcast. Whatever you call him, it's all capital. So, yo, how you living, Charles? What's going on? What's going on, man? It's been a little minute that we haven't been on the pod.
Yo, it's definitely been a minute, man. Yo, doing my thing, homie. Like out here grinding, doing the dad life, trying to be the good son, you know, just trying to be out here. Try not to get like, I don't want to get all serious, but try not to get drafted and shit. Like, I don't, like, I'm just out here, bro, you know? Like,
Bruh.
I'm waiting.
This shit's getting crazy, man, out here, bro. The world's already been burning at the stake, but this shit just adds to the fire. It's just getting real fucking crazy out here.
It makes me thankful for like football and hip hop and cars and all the shit that's not serious that I have in my life. Like, it makes me appreciate the little things so much more.
For
'Cause
sure.
when I start paying attention to like all the other shit that's on the little Black Mirror, bro, forget it. Like, that shit like eats you up. You know what I mean?
That's it, man. Just enough to make anybody kind of just like really spiral down. You know what I'm saying? You start hearing one thing and then it leads to another. Before you know it, you're so deep in the rabbit hole, you don't even know how you got there to begin with. But I feel you 100% on that, man. This whole situation with the wars and everything like that, it's just getting crazy. You know, it's getting real crazy, and it's hard not to think about it, especially if it's potentially going to be brought to your front door. You know what I'm saying? So, God bless everybody out there. We hope it doesn't escalate to a situation where, we see some of our youngins getting drafted, going out there in the wars. I don't want to get too much deep into that because this is real talk sports, but the shit is real. It definitely affects us,
on
right?
a sports vibe, I have a sports metaphor that'll tie all this in, and movie wise, because I know you like movies and stuff.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So I think somebody needs to go over to Russia and take Putin's copy of Rocky 2. Take that shit away from him, bro. Because he's on some straight Drago or Dago, whatever.
Ivan Drago.
He's on some serious Ivan Drago like vibe right now. Like, whoa, somebody take his 1985 copy and just pull that back. Like, you don't get to watch this no more. Like, you got to censor your people. Sometimes you get to use like, yo, don't listen to this. We need to take that from him because he's on some other shit. Like, Ukraine ain't never bothered nobody, so just leave Apollo alone and go back to doing your thing, bro. I had that conversation today. I was like, I'm gonna be on the sports. I'm gonna bring that up. Like, somebody needs to take his copy of Rocky 2. Just take that shit out the DVD, throw it up. No, you can't have that no more.
You probably got it on VHS.
Right? On beta.
Yo, again, shout out to everybody out there doing their things. 8:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got 38 minutes past the hour. We're gonna get right into it. A lot's happened in the sports world. We had the NHL All-Star Game coupled in with the Pro Bowl. That was a few weeks back. But recently we had the NBA All-Star Game.
Did you check that?
I didn't really watch it like that.
I never watch it. Like,
never watched the NBA All-Star Game? You're not? I watched you're a huge sneakerhead. You're probably one of the biggest sneakerheads.
Now, see, I ain't paying attention to the game at all.
Right.
Like the game, I'll be on TV. I hear this like feet run, but I'm paying attention to the kicks, bro. Like, I couldn't tell you who threw the basket or what. Like, I'm like, yo, what's he wearing? Like, what shoes did he got? Oh shit, yo, he's got on these. Like, yeah, I'm totally. But you give me like the dunk competition and stuff. Normally, I watch all of that because that's the.
I haven't seen the dunk competition. I was saying about maybe last time I seen it was in 2016.
Damn.
When they had Aaron Gordon in that shit he was with the Magic at the time. No, I think he's with Denver. That was the last one I seen. And it just gotten worse and worse and worse ever since that. And what's crazy about it is this year there wasn't any like noticeable names that like guys that you see regularly killing shit, like John Morant, for instance.
Right.
We didn't have the pleasure of seeing him in the dunk contest. I thought for sure he was gonna be in it, but he wasn't in it, which is whack. He's one of the great young talents out there right now, absolutely killing things. It's unfortunate Zion Williamson hasn't been cleared to play. I know he's been hurt for a little bit, just dating back to last season.
That dude's a linebacker, bro. He needs to stop playing basketball and bring his ass over to the turf.
What's crazy? Bro. There was someone, I forget who it was, but he was doing this thing with the New Orleans Saints. He had this little skills competition against Drew Brees. Maybe the year that he was getting drafted to come into the NBA. And if I'm not mistaken, not last year, but the season before. This is Morant and Williamson's third year, right? Am I mistaken about that? They're probably real close. But in any regards, they were talking on NFL Nation. They were talking about Zion possibly, he would have been an amazing tight end because he's built like a football player. And
100%.
Bro, Charles Barkley was the first to say it that I've seen. Maybe not the first reporter to say, but the one that I've seen just watching TNT, the NBA show on a random Sunday, Wednesday night, and he was saying something about Zion won't be able to keep up because of the weight that he has with the knees. He's always jumping in the air and dunking and shit. And now you see it so early in his career, he's having those same issues. And it's a body thing, right? And
that's a big boy to be landing on them joints, man.
Right. That's what it is. And it wasn't too long I seen him. He looked like he beefed up a little bit. That's the problem when you're injured it's hard to maintain, especially when you've got lower body injuries. It's hard to maintain the weight when you can't run around and do the things actively like you're supposed to do.
Right.
So it's sad, man, because he's a special talent. John Morant, you know, out of the two guys, you know, is obviously having the better career so far. We hope that Zion can come back healthy and continue to do his thing like he did when he came in his rookie year.
Leave basketball alone. Come over. Come play for the Raiders,
right?
bro.
Right. Hopefully he
for the
can make
Raiders.
that. Hopefully he can make
Waller
that
one side, Zion on the other. Yo, I'm good with it. I'm good.
that would be fucking wild for him to come out now and do that shit. That would be wild. But I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. Anyways, the dunk contest didn't really excite me too much. I saw that Obi Toppin for the New York Knicks won. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't even watch this year. Like,
I know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in the stands, and he was not impressed. I mean, the man got up and walked straight out the stadium. He was just so fed up with the performances from all those guys.
That's insane. How do you like that's their one time a year where you get to do all the shit that you wanted to do on the street court or whatever like that. And I know that it's hard, right? Like I can only imagine, like I'm 5 foot nothing. Well, remember, not nothing, like 5. I ain't over 6. Like so dunking is not a thing for me. I'm an under 6 foot, 300-pound dude. Dunking is not in my forte, but I like it. Those that can't do teach, right? Like I enjoy watching it. So, but like that'd be the time that threw the legs around the bow, like Vince Carter. But that's what I'm saying though.
Yes.
Getting to that is how do you top Jordan jumping from the parking lot and dunking it? Carter sticking his entire arm in. Like how do you? Homeboy, I forget. Blake Griffin jumping over like a Chrysler Sebring
over the car. I think that they were saying something about that being like the last big moment, like him jumping over
like
the car.
How do you got to jump over like a Boeing 737 or something? Like how do you up that? You know, like there's no up in that. And then you got these other things. Like I watched this one thing about basketball just to keep up with the dunking, and it's like these cats that they all get together and it's like a dunk competition, but that's all they do. But they'll dunk on like a 14-foot rim. Or they'll dunk on like one rim and then the lower one and they like stick it, grab it and do it. Like watching this shit, like when I see this, I'm like, you can't watch the dunk competition in the NBA the same way anymore. Like I just watched this little white boy with green hair do like a windmill, catch it out of that rim, through the legs and then dunk.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I don't know if that's me. Not me. Apologies for those watching. Ooh.
Are we good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay,
everything seems to be fine here too. I got all 3 bars. It's kind of hold on a second.
I'm like, all of a sudden it went black, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happened. But could you still hear?
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Connectivity issues. I just got a brand new router. Shit ain't working. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But I got 3 bars in front of my screen right here. I don't know what's going on. So we apologize. I apologize for that. Chops, you were saying you were cut off between the dude with the green hair doing the windmill.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's right. We're doing it. So yeah, like the dude with the green hair does what? How do you contend with like in the NBA? How do you do all the shit these guys are doing on YouTube? Like, so watching the dunk competition, it's like, yo, this is trash because I just watched homie over here, like this dude shoot bottle rockets out of his ass and dunked it from his feet. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible.
Oh, Big Mike Wilkinson, what it do, baby?
Oh, what up, Bear? What's going on, baby? How you doing?
With a cheat comment here. All-Star was for NBA leagues are getting soft. Yo, Mike, you ain't never tell no lie. You know what I'm saying? Mike is a fellow Bucktonian. I actually grew up right across the street from Big Mike, legend in the West. If you know Benson, I don't know where you've been.
Snap.
I didn't know that. Oh, yeah. We go way
for real. I didn't know like that.
Yo,
Yo, Big Mike, how come you never told me that? Or maybe you didn't. I just didn't pay attention. Like,
that's the big. That's the
my
big
bad, homie.
Right,
you know how it is.
But yo, Mike, you ain't telling no lies, man. Things have gotten watered down to a point where it's like they're talking about bringing outside talent that are not in the NBA. Guys who've been doing it, like, you know, on the courts of Rucker Park, you know, outside in California, all types of. They're trying to get those guys now to showcase their dunking talent. Excuse me, and show the world instead of having that homegrown talent right here in the league. That's what I'm saying. John Morant, you're not getting him in. Giannis, yo, why isn't Bron still in there? Bron is a killer with the dunk. This should still be getting the OG in there. That shit don't make no sense to me whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But all the same, like, things are getting real watered down. Things are getting real soft. You look at the NHL All-Star game, that was just bananas. I know they were trying to do new things, being in a larger market city like Las Vegas. They're hosting it for the first time. But it just got, that's right. That's
Vegas,
right.
Let's go. LV, baby.
Ironically, the Pro Bowl and the NHL All-Star game were both in Vegas this year. You know, I don't know how that worked out viewership-wise, but I know that it wasn't one of the more popular Pro Bowls or NHL All-Star games that we had in recent memory. I mean, shit, I literally saw Cole Anthony of the Magic dunk in Tim's, and he didn't even have them shits tied up properly. You can't tie the shit up all the way to the top of the tongue of the Tim, and then, fam, you can't be doing that.
What are you out here doing? This G.I. Jane tying your boots all the way up? Get out of here. Hey, bum ass. What are you doing?
Oh, I respect you. I love your interviews, especially after the games. But dog, the Tim lace-ups was just not a good look. You lucky you didn't do that shit in Madison Square Garden. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, yo, could you imagine that, bro? They would have been throwing stuff at him.
And you know, if anybody's ready to do that, it's the New York Knicks fans, especially with the way their season's going right now. And I do have to bring up the fact that on the Chop Vision podcast, let me know, shout out to Let Me Know and I, we had a little wager to favor. You know what I'm saying? My Lakers are not really doing their thing either. But I mean, the Knicks, we didn't expect this type of fall. You know, I don't even know if they're gonna get into the playoff, the play-in tournament. But at least the Lakers are still kind of neck and neck, trying to, you know, vie for a spot. If they get in the play-in tournament, hopefully, you know, we could see something like that happen. But Lemmy, the way it's looking right now, you're gonna have to make that T-shirt. But we'll get back to that for another day.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
You know, it's just a little light jab there. You know what
I'm
saying?
For those of you that don't know what he's talking about, quick plug. Go watch Chop Vision episode 20. Chop's birthday. It's my birthday. And H-Man and Let Me Know. That's where towards the end of the podcast, they get into this whole bet. Yeah, and that's gonna be a thing. You watch when that happens. I was gonna sit back and go, what happens if the Lakers don't make it? What happens if the Knicks don't? Like, does it not? Or do you both gotta wear a shirt? Like, I feel like I gotta kind of judge this, bro. I'm like, I got thrown in the middle of this.
You know what? That wouldn't be a bad idea. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Me and Lenny might have to come back before the season's over on Chop Vision, and maybe you could make some alternates a little bit, some special.
I mean, just watching the way it's going, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we might need to put in a contingency plan in here. Like, what? I don't know, right? The people want to see it.
Stipulation, you know what I'm saying?
I like it on some Vince McMahon shit. That's what's up.
There you go. So we go slide up an All-Star game real quick. We're gonna get back to it. NFL offseason. See it around the offseason right now. But free agency is around the corner, talking next month. And then the month after that, we got the NFL draft comes, free agency period. Teams are allowed to tamper, talk about deals, so on and so forth. And I'm hearing a big rumor. And this might bring a smile to your face. I know it's early. I'm hearing a big rumor right now that involves your Raiders. That's right. The logo on the frown, right? The logo on the crown right there. DAVANTE Adams potentially is going to test the free agency. There you go, Charles. There you go. He potentially going to test the free agency pool and dip his toe in there and potentially link up with his ex-teammate from college in Derek Carr in Las Vegas. I'm hearing a lot of that spin around. Charles, how you feel about that?
When it comes to that, I can't put feelings in it because hearing it gives me the feeling of like birthday cake. If that makes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit! Like, I'm trying to freak out. Like, it's my birthday, but I want to keep it like I know it's a possibility, right. But it's likely. I mean, we're the Raiders. Can he run 47 miles an hour? And does he have a slight felony? Like, I love the squad, bro, but we ain't got the best luck. Like, I don't feel, but like you said, they were boys from college, so maybe Derek will take a little pay cut so his homie comes through. like on some Tom Brady shit. Like, yo, listen, pay me less money, but we do our, you know what I mean?
What I've seen so far is the fact that McDaniels, Coach McDaniels, from formerly offensive coordinator of the New England Patriots, Josh McDaniels.
How we took him. We took him from the Patriots. We didn't kick him.
You know what? You're right. You took him. You offered him that deal. He signed it. Now he's the big dog, the big boss there in Las Vegas. Really likes Derek Carr. Gonna move forward with him. I know the ownership group, definitely Al Davis, is definitely in love with him. He's gonna move over. But we'll see. I don't know if the Packers can sign Aaron Rodgers to a big money deal and Davante Adams to a big money deal. That's gonna be a little bit tough. That's why they went on and they drafted Amani Rodgers, just to see how that would play itself out, because they can't keep both. We're in a situation now. I know the league is about to get a little bump in the salary cap. That's a lot of money to engulf for two players. Hopefully you like to see it. Hey, who knows? Maybe Rodgers takes a pay cut. Maybe he doesn't even want to come back. There's already some speculations there about him retiring. He wrote this whole sad message, confusing the internets and those pundits out there. Everybody's speculating on him potentially retiring. I know that
we got into that the other day, you and me, right?
Yes, we did.
Right, and you could tell by his eyes, man. Everybody knows when he gets hit, you see that, like, there's that look at you, like, yo, he don't want no more of that. He don't want that no more. Like getting we're having a slobber knocker. You know what I mean? Like, he's just getting bodied, bro. He hits the ground. It's like, I'm done. Like, enough. I'm not getting no kind of blockage or nothing here. Like, I'm just getting beat up. Maybe it's time for him to sit his old ass down somewhere. Like, I'm not saying he still doesn't have a cannon for an arm, but if you can't take the lumps, maybe you should sit on the bench or go do something else.
You know what? Aaron Rodgers has been a great quarterback throughout his entire career, ever since he came in to replace Brett Favre. One of definitely the most talented thrower of the football. There's been a lot of things thrown around his name, especially in the last 4 or 5 seasons or so. And it kind of reminds me of how things ended with Brett Favre in Green Bay a little bit. Not to the certain extent in comparison, but they both had some, rumblings with not the ownership of the front office committee and things like that, because Green Bay is not owned by one particular person, but by the community itself, which is one of the more unique franchise arrangements.
I love that.
Bro, could you imagine?
I'm moving to Las Vegas right now, and let me buy. Yeah, I'm gonna take 3 shares of the Raiders. You wouldn't be able to tell me shit. I'd be walking into Walmart. Hey, I own the Raiders. I'm buying the shit. Leave me alone. Don't ask me nothing. Like, I'll be talking all kinds of shit. Like, yo, do you own part of your football team? No, I didn't think so. So
I mean,
stop it.
If they're selling the shares, you got to be able to jump in and get at least a half of share or a whole share. Why not? Why not? Right?
Maybe for my 50th birthday, bro. Whoa, 50.
Hey.
I'll buy shares in the Raiders. Just like one stock. Like, well, I own a little bit of the Raiders. Like, it is what it is.
That's it, man. Why not? Well, you got to do it while you're young, and you got to do it while you're still around to see it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that all shakes out. But I think Rodgers had a brilliant career. If he walks away now, there's no harm done. I mean, look, Tom Brady put out nuggets out there that he may be retiring or is retiring. A lot of people are saying that he'll come back. He won't.
I don't believe that shit till the season starts. Till the season starts and they have their first game. Not even to the end of next season. I believe that he retired next year, but he'll come in like 2 weeks left. Like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna come in and win these last 2. Whoop, wop, whoop, wop. Win another ring. Like, did you just sit on the bench, gain 40 pounds, eating like Cheetos and shit, and came back and win a Super Bowl? I hate you.
He got up avocado diet. He ain't drinking the protein shakes no more.
He's eating Funyuns and like ho-hos and stuff, bro. Him and Miss Debbie's are on first name basis, and he comes back with like the gut hanging out and still wins a Super Bowl. Like, that's my luck when it comes to Tom Brady. Like, for real.
Yo, well, hold on.
Oh, snap. Did you read that? Mike's boy bought his nephew, a share in Green Bay. That's crazy.
Yo, it's that easy?
That's a flex, bro.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Maybe we can have homie on the pod. I know he probably wouldn't share his secrets to how he got that, but that's crazy.
Whatever. Just to sit there and just.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious to know if Mike. I'm curious to know if your boy is living in Montreal or did that happen in the U.S.? I'd love to know that just by coincidence, just because I just want to see if anyone can purchase a share, or do you have to be like a Packers resident?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. Like, do you got to come from Wisconsin to get it? Like, do you got to live in a 50-mile radius of the stadium? Like, what's the criteria for that, right?
It would be crazy to find out if anybody can get a share. As long as you have the money, I guess you'll probably be allowed to. But no, look, you're privy to the front office information. When it comes to the draft, you probably get some special care package. If you're a season ticket holder, you probably get a special care package. I mean, how dope is it to be an owner of a football franchise? Like, there's no other team in the NFL. There's 32 franchises in the league. This is probably the team with the most uniqueness, and I think that's really dope because no one just like dictates everything that goes around. They have to get the community involved, and I'm gonna imagine.
Shit, I did. Sorry, I read Mike's comment. That's right. It does work. I remember seeing that online where he did that for his. Holy shit! I forgot all about that.
So he's a Montreal. This guy's a Montreal resident, then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he lives here, bro. Like he's a West Side boy. Like.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, shout out to you are. That's crazy. What
up, Rourke? Shout out to you, homie.
That's crazy. I never spoke to a fellow Montreal who is an owner of the Green Bay Packers. That's really crazy. Shout out to him.
Well, it's not he got it for his nephew, but yeah, his nephew's here. Like they're from here.
It's in the family, right? It's in the family. I'm sure there's a little contingency in that arrangement. I'm sure there's something in there that allows him to dabble, if you will, right? But back to Aaron Rodgers. I mean, hey, if he retires, it's Jordan Love who's going to be up to the plate. I don't think he's ready, because if he was, they would be a lot more comfortable with him and be talking about him more. They may even test the free agency. Let's say Aaron Rodgers doesn't come back. I can see the Packers trying to make a swing in free agency, maybe even look for a trade, right? For Russell Wilson, whose name is very, very hot right now for my Philadelphia Eagles, of course. I saw some crazy nonsense out there by Colin Cowherd talking about the Eagles should trade 4 first-round draft picks and give away Darius Slay to get Russell Wilson. Like, fuck off with that shit already, man. You know,
why don't they give away their firstborn and a kidney at the same time? Like, what are you talking about? Saying.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I understand right now, especially how the league is going. You look at the last 2 Super Bowl champions, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Los Angeles Rams. They bet the bank. They put all their chips in the middle. They went and did the moves that they were supposed to be a perennial contender, and not just that, push the envelope to win the championship. So when you see those type of things, the NFL and all the other professional leagues, they're copycat leagues, right? The teams are a big market team. They have the money, they have the capital. They're gonna go out there and try and make a swing for this thing and go ahead and get a Super Bowl. We're not that far removed from winning a Super Bowl. You know, our last championship run was in 2017-2018 season. Now I know if you just stay at the top, it's gonna cost a lot. The Rams right now are going to be in salary cap hell. They have no first-round draft picks or second-round draft picks this season and next season. It's going to be tough. And if they can't sign everyone back, you know they're going to make some type of contract arrangement, whether it be,
but they're going to lose Donald if they don't sign everybody back. I saw that tweet or Instagram post, whatever he did. He's like, the only way I'm coming back is like, yo, you sign everybody back.
Yeah, right? So they're going to have to do some wheeling and dealing, some maneuvering. Maybe convert.
We haven't spoke about football since the Super Bowl actually happened.
Yeah, this is our first time we're getting back on it. So you gotta, like I said, I know it's early. Free agency period does start next month. That's when you'll start to hear some of the big names out there.
They
get offers
right now, dog. And if they're not, shame on them for not scheming, because they're scheming now.
Oh, for sure. There's they call it the tampering period, right? So teams are allowed to illegally tamper and talk to players who are still technically under contract or what have you. That shit's already started. They only say that. They only say that for the media, for the fans, and for everybody else out there to kind of wonder and think about. That's why you're hearing all this crazy shit with Russell Wilson and this extra talks with Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that, and some of these free agents. Just is what it is. We don't have much. NFL fans don't really have much to look forward to because the layoff is close to 6 months worth of time.
Yeah, we got 17 weeks of regular football.
Bro, we're like 100 and I think 95 or 90 something days away from the NFL regular season starting back.
Well, hold on. I love sports, and I say this to Mike all the time. when he's like, we're 100 and something days. So I'm like, whoa, we're 24 days from spring, son, homie. Can I get a summer and spring in? Like, let's not. I love football, but it has its place. Football means fall, means cold. Like, the only thing that gets me through the winter is football. So 24 days till spring. I get that there's 100 days till, but let's slow that down.
That is gonna be dope. That is gonna be dope. And you're right. Let spring kick in first. Let's see some of this USFL. I heard the USFL is supposed to be coming into play soon. This new football league. I think the last football league that was here, it was the
not to cut you, but read the comment. The comment comes back to late reply, but shares were $300 each. They released the $300 sale actually ends. Holy shit.
What?
That's crazy. You can buy shares in the Green Bay Packers for $3.
What the?
That's nuts.
Where do you get this? Like,
what part of the dark web is homie on right now? Like, I don't understand.
Mike, send the link, please. We need to, we need to get this shit on live, man. This is crazy. What in the world? $300 for a share to be a Packers owner?
Could you imagine paying $300 to own a piece of the Eagles?
This don't make no damn sense.
Like, just a screw from the seat, bro. Like, I own this much, but whatever. It's still part of the building, right?
It's $300 USD though. It's gotta
whatever.
Be. Wow. I mean, shit. If I could be an owner of the Packers, I'd rather take that. I know the Bitcoin John is really big right now, but I'd rather take that. 300.
100%. That's crazy. I don't even know what to say to that. I thought shit was gonna be like, yo, it was gonna be a G, like easy. I thought it was gonna be like, yo, it was gonna pay a full bag for $300.
Man,
that's a minimum wage job paycheck for like the week, bro. Like,
I'm showing you
less taxes and shit.
We put a, you know, I
spent more than $350 on kicks, bro.
I'm
pretty sure if I look over there, I got a pair of shoes that paid over $350 for it right there.
Oh, for sure. I wouldn't imagine it not being a lot of fine print there. But goodness gracious, right? That's still accessible for anybody to do it, man. That means they're a publicly traded business company. That would make it seem. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, shouts out to you, Mike, for doing your homework, bro.
Yo, big shout out to you. Yo, Mike, I'm putting this out there. I'd love to have you on the pod. I know your sports acumen is immaculate.
Ooh,
I would love to
that's
have
an
you on
episode
the pod.
I'd like to watch. I'd sit back at home and watch
You're gonna have to come together real soon. I'm gonna get into Joey Chops. As you know, bars are opening up very soon. Very soon.
Monday, let's go, baby.
Oh, we're gonna have to share a beverage. We're gonna have to share a beverage, bro, and chop it up about the details. But I gotta get you up on here, Mike, man. Real talk. We gotta get you up here, real talk on Real Talk Sports.
Come up here and talk some shit about his Colts.
Hey. Spend more at Golfo, right? Yo, shout out to Golfo, man. Shout out to Golfo. Just a quick slide off the sports talk for a second.
Is it off sports talk though? Because it was a golf. They did have golf, and it was a sports bar.
Thank you,
so
Chops.
It's still sports.
Thank you. One of us is paying attention to the finer details, so I appreciate you for that, good sir. Yes, I missed the Golfo, man. I missed that place. It was awesome, legendary.
The vibe there was crazy. I remember when I first started working there, they had a basketball net over like the front door, backboard and everything in the net over the front door. I thought that was the coolest shit. I was like, yo, that's what's up. And then I had to work, and I'm standing there working, and I'll never forget this little nappy-headed rugby player comes up, and I'm standing and I'm checking somebody's ID, and he did the most disrespectful thing I've ever had done to me at the spot in my life. This little comes, bam, and dunks on the net while I'm standing there checking ID. I'm like, yo, I just got dunked on by this. Yo, I snatched that kid up. I threw him out the door. I was like, no. Violation number one, where you don't dunk on the man when he's not paying attention, and I'm doing something else, and that's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life.
I was literally just about to ask you, how does that work? How does one How does one work with a live basketball?
Oh, it wasn't. It was just for ambiance. Like it was just the
Right.
But this kid came up and it's like air dunked, like no ball, and just bow. And I was like, first of all, good for like shout out to you with your 5'6" tall ass, like just dunking on that. Good for you. Got hops. But you ain't fixing a dunk on me in front of a pack. No, what kind of, how about to recover from that, bro? Like, yo, I don't play basketball, man. I box and football. Like, I ain't up here. Like, no. Like, I ain't this dude, bro. What are you talking about? Yeah, so every time I see him, like he's grown up and shit now, right? This was a minute ago, but he always brings it up. He's like, "You remember the time you threw me out for dunk?" I'm like, don't you say it. That never happened, bro. But that shit totally happened. Yeah, I got dunked on while standing checking an ID. I was like, "Just go ahead and go inside. I got to deal with that." Nah, but that place was legendary, man. I watched plenty of sports there. Yo, shout out to the Montreal Raider Nation. I don't want to butcher her name. I want to think it's Lena. I forget her last name. But anyway, she runs the Montreal Facebook group and all of that for the Montreal Raider Nation. I met her.
I got it like that.
I met her. Dude, I thought there was like 6 of us that were Raiders fans in the city. Nah, I got a phone call from the spot. Like, yo, I think did you set something up? And I'm like, no, I didn't set nothing up because there's like 10 people in here all rocking Raider gear, bro, like with banners and shit. I'm like, say less. In the whip, boom, I fly right over. The jersey on, I come in there. I'm like, I don't know where I've landed, but I have found my people. And we sat there and watched the Raider game there, man. I met them. Super cool. They're always going to like different home games and shit, man. She'll do the lives and whatnot. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, like with that place, like I've had a lot of fun with sports there. Like just at the sports bars, like, oh my God, Monday we'll be able to go back to sports bars, bro.
Bro, they just had these little hidden elements. What I remember is that when I first went there, I performed, and the ambiance is just different. I've been to a lot of bars, especially in the West. We had bourbon, we had strip clubs over on Gwen Boulevard. I can't even remember can't even remember the name right now.
You mean Pizzazz?
Pizzazz, there you go.
I got a story that I'll tell you on Chop Vision about.
What was that other bar on Gwen Boulevard, on Gwen and Pierrefonds at the corner? We used to go there for Mustang. Like the Mustangs were allowed to drink there at like 16, 17 years old. We'd be able to go on the bar, pull up and buy pictures and
Chez Paul.
Chez Paul, that's it. It's right there, right on the corner of Gwen Boulevard.
I think it's Chez Paul that you're talking about.
Is that bar still open?
I have no idea, bro. I don't even know. Did they survive after the flood and stuff? Like, I don't even know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I know Pierrefonds Boulevard got hit up heavy.
I remember seeing pictures of their parking lot that was like
the Pizza Hut. That's just dead, right? Crazy.
Like, yeah, I remember that. That was nuts. But yeah, like I knew mad people that went to Shape. I was like a rite of passage. Like,
right. I just love Buffalo, man. The ambiance, people coming through, doing the show.
Everybody needs to come check out the new spot. It's not the same as the old spot.
Right. Is it
Alfonso's?
Alfonso's, there you go. Alfonso's. Shout out to Mike again, the connoisseur of the West, the big dog. Shout out to Mike. We gotta get you on the pod, man. You gotta get you on. Has he been on Chop Vision?
Nah, he ain't been on Chop Vision yet, man. He not. I'd love to. Yo, Mike, you got to come on Chop Vision, and we're gonna chop it up like I do with Don the Jula. I had to shout him out like that because I put respect on my homie's name. I got to talk to you about hip hop, Mike. You got to come on Chop Vision, and we'll talk hip hop. Cause I didn't know Mike like growing up and stuff like that. We became friends. Mike, I'm telling a story. Real quick, I know we're getting off sports, but I'm gonna tell you the backstory of how I met Mike. So I'm working at commissary at the airport.
Word.
Okay. Down there in the cellar, as I called it, where you load up all the food, you take it to the restaurants and shit, right? I go down there, get a job. We started like 4:00 in the morning. I got a baby, so I'm like, I need a real job. I gotta put food on the table and shit. So I get this job, and I walk in there, and this big ass, was what I thought was white boy, is there. Like, yo, it's good. And later I found out he's just like me. Like, he a Mick. I'm like, oh shit, like it's cool. So so I met him, and everything's dope. And I tell him, yo, I'm allergic to milk. He's like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I make it a thing. Like, I can't do the milk, put the milk away because I'm allergic to milk. Cool. So one day I decide, I'm helping him out. Like, I'm carrying my weight. So I'm helping him out. And he looks at me with a creamer. He goes, haha, what? Pop! And pops the creamer at me. I drop the milk. I look at Mike. I'm like, thanks, asshole. Now I got to go to the hospital. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm allergic. Like, allergic. Like, I'm out. And he's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you're trying to kill me. And I'm out. Boom! And I didn't say shit, left because I had to go. Like I used to be. No, I don't even know. Used to be like I'm still physical touch from milk products. I break out in a hives and shit, bro. Like, yeah, man.
I know people have the because me, I'm lactose intolerant. I haven't always been like that, but as I got older, that shit started to really fuck with my stomach. So I don't drink like regular milk. I will have oat milk that which is like I don't think it's like the same thing type of shit, but any dairy product fucks with my stomach right now. Cheese, milk, whatever, all that shit fucks with my stomach. Crazy, just wild.
So Mike just sent me the link for NFL. Can I still buy Green Bay Packers stock? How do I buy it and how does it work? Like I'm about to send you this link, dog.
Do it. We about to slide into another topic. And I'm sure everybody either seen the game itself or they seen the aftermath of the game. And that was Juwan Howard going up with at the end of the Wisconsin game, allegedly punched the opposite coach on the other side. After you watch the video, you don't really see a punch thrown. It's more like a mush, if you will. And mushes are disrespectful.
Like a face wash?
Yeah, that's it. A face wash.
I'd rather man's punch me dead in my face than face wash me.
I'm showing you, dog. Listen, when I see the face wash, and we some brothers with some big ass hands, bro. You do that for somebody, they feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like a slap. It's like somebody spitting on you. That shit is disrespectful.
You might as well go up and slap my mama. Because that's literally the dude you're getting that's coming at you. Like, you're a face wash.
I'm not having it. I seen it. I was a little bit like, wow. He did not get fired. Right? There are a lot of people making jokes that, Juwan Howard is the first, black head coach that did something foul. I don't really feel it was foul. That didn't get fired for something like this during Black History Month. I didn't really like the joke, but hey, everybody's a comedian nowadays, right?
Comedy's comedy, bro. I mean, you gotta appreciate it. Like, you gotta look at it, right? Like, shit's kind of funny.
But it was something that happened like live in front of his teammates. Not the teammates, but the kids that were playing for him. It also happened as well in front of pretty much everybody in that stadium. Everybody got to see that shit. I'm gonna pull up a clip for you to see it live. And we'll share it right now.
I want to check that because I haven't seen that. I've been going through some shit.
I'm gonna show y'all right now real quick. So here we go. Juwan Howard, who used to play for Michigan as a player, is now the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team. He was a member of the very famous Fab Five, responsible for a lot of trends that were set throughout the basketball, especially with the shorts, the style, the swag. They had it all. So just give it a real peep real quick. Interesting finish here. 77. Oh, see, they're going at it. Howard and Carter are not happy right now. As the two of them continue to have words. We told you Juwan Howard was not happy about that timeout. Juwan Howard just threw the right hand. And then we have a scrum. We have a scrum in the Pandemonium. Yo, this broadcaster needs to shut his mouth. Like, what is he do? He's trying to escalate that shit like it's like Fox News or something, bro. Like, what? Oh my God! Like he sounds like JR for real. Like, did you see that? He hit him with a 1-2. Like, come on. Okay, here's my situation right here, right? Everyone's getting a handshake, but then you see that right there. When you put your hands on another man, fam, all bets are off.
you get the energy you give, right?
All bets are off, in my opinion.
TV
You put your
cameras,
hands
I
on
don't
it,
care.
right? And then you see how the whole situation escalates is because one of the other coaches came in and gave the one of the players a little shove with his forearm. That's what set off Juwan Howard. Now, I'm sure the human element is at play here because the coach grabbed him as he's shaking hands, stopping him from continuing to go down. So that was the first no-no. You stop a brother, you're pushing him back, you want to get your point across, we get that.
Now's not the time, fool.
It's not. The crowds come in, you got the player still on the floor. Your coach comes, shoves the player. Juwan Howard sees that. He's a tall dude. He then reaches out for the coach. And then we're talking about Monday morning, we're talking about Juwan Howard just punched the coach in his face.
Because that's what the announcer said. He just threw a right, and then a left, and then an uppercut. Oh my God! And the coach is down. Like, that's basically how the guy sounded when he was reporting that, right?
I just want to show it one more time, right from the top, because
run that back, selector. Run it back.
There's context here in this clip. There's a lot of context here. I don't know. For me, if I'm shaking hands and a coach grabs me up like this, I'm liable to snap. And you know me, I'm very animated when it comes to the coaching stuff. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Grabbing him up, that prompts Juwan Howard to grab him up.
I'm like, we can't see that.
You know, let's bring this back real quick. Get this thing a little further.
But I remember coaching football with you. And I won't shout out where we were, but one of the coaches in the middle of the line looked at me, and in French, I'm going to butcher this. Anybody that speaks French, I'm sorry that I'm butchering your language, but I'm trying. He looks at me and goes, "Bud class." I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, you want to see no class, bro? I'll show you no class. To me, especially, like, yo, I ain't say nothing to you all game, bro. You're out here talking the most and feeling, well, because the next man that was with us was running his mouth. You look at me and say, I got no class. You picked the wrong one, son. And I looked at you and I asked you, and so I knew you were real, and I was like, homie, just let me get him. Just let me get him. Like, you're the head coach, so I won't do that because you're the general. I'm like, let me get him. And you tapped me on the chest, and I'll never forget. You went, you're where, this is what you represent, bro. This is where you're at. And me being me, I'm like, y'all snatch this shit off, bro. Like, it's cool. I'm taking a break. Like, I don't care. And you're like, nah, he's not worth it. And I realized that he was pissed because we dog walked there. That's right. We dog walked him. So he felt some type of way.
These guys are very animated. And this shit, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that Chops' experience that he's talking about right now, this happened at the youth football level. We ain't getting paid. Like, if
I get 0.000 nothing from that,
bro,
volunteer with my time. I spend money.
If I'm put my hands on somebody, best believe I'm ready to just call it a career. If I'm brought to that level. The human element is at play. It doesn't matter how much money you're getting paid. Once somebody puts their hands on you, it's a wrap.
There's two types of people in this world, right? So you put your hand, oh no, like unconfrontational, and why don't you?
And it's my understanding.
F around and find out.
There you go.
See, I won't F around.
It's my understanding in this particular game, Chops, because I didn't watch the game. I just, like I said, I'm like most people I saw the aftermath. They were already winning, Wisconsin was. And the coach called a timeout to continue to try to pile points on. Which is legit some cornball shit. We've seen that already. I'm telling you, there's a lot of coaches out there, they shameless. They'll do shit like this. So that shit is already at play. Like, I understand you need sometimes you just need to rub it in, depending on the history or whatnot.
I believe in that though. Like, maybe I'm different like that, but like, I guess I differ from you.
No, a lot of people don't,
because like, just because we came correct, like there was times in coaching football where it's like, all right, cool, we're not gonna Like when they used to like, okay, cool, we cut it off at 38 or 40 or whatever it was. Yo, I hate that. I hate that. I'm like, you're just because that'll make them want to do better. Like this whole everybody gets a trophy, you all get a cupcake. No, you got your ass like beat. So you know what you do? You go home, you bang out the push-ups, you eat your Wheaties, and you come back and you're like, yo, that should have never happened to me again. That's a lesson. And it ain't free. That lesson may have cost you an ass whooping of like 90-0. But I promise you, the next game, you scoring at least one.
I mean, when I look at this situation, it's not malice at the palace.
Okay.
The way the commentary or crew was making this scene, it ain't malice at the palace. We've seen, I mean, shit. This year alone in the NBA, I saw a player from the Pistons. I forget his name. Not a big name guy, just a hardworking basketball player.
It's Detroit, homie.
There you go. LeBron James was fighting with a rebound and elbowed homie in his face. There was a gash over his head, starts bleeding profusely.
There's another linebacker, like,
bro, you legit wanted to take LeBron's head off. That was uglier than this situation.
Right?
So the whole escalation thing, and granted, I feel when you're a head coach of a program, especially on the college level, because if it's gonna happen in the pros, for sure it's gonna happen in the college level.
Of course.
You get into a skirmish, because that's what that is. It's nothing serious. It's a skirmish in front of your players, national television, big name school. You're gonna get some type of disciplinary action. They suspended him for the rest of the season. I think there's like 4 or 5 games left, maybe 6 if I'm not mistaken. So he's getting suspended for the rest of the season. Some people are calling for his job. When I look at a situation like this, I don't think it's merited for him to get fucking fired, bro. Over a mush.
Right? Over a face wash? Come on.
Listen.
And especially in sport, like, are you mad because he's got like 7 more? Like, I couldn't be mad if you... Yeah, I can be pissed, but if you stuck your hand out and your reach, you clearly got more reach. And as a boxing fan, UFC fan, my reach, this here, that ain't your reach. Like, it's not I went for it. And you're like, sorry. Oh, shit. Like, my pride's hurt. Yeah, right. But, like, it's whack. Like,
it's an embarrassing moment, though.
Oh, for sure. Some pride, like.
Both of those coaches. Pardon me, both of those coaches, I feel, it was a real embarrassing moment.
Yo, my mind just thought of some terrible shit. You know, when that coach goes home, right, after getting face washed, and he's talking shit, he face washed me, or he gets mad at, why do you do that? Just imagine the wife, right, going, you weren't talking all that shit when that man is face washed your ass. Like, can you imagine that playing out at home? He gets all vexed, and she goes, where was all this attitude when you got face washed on national TV? Yo, now man's just losing his mind, bro. Like that forever.
Mike, it was soft. It was soft. I mean, fuck, what is this shit? What is this shit? It's like we're living in the most sensitive time in the human race history.
In humanity, period, bro.
Straight up. You can't say anything because it's too. Everybody's sensitive about every little thing. It makes no fucking sense.
Like, we come from the people, like our ancestors and shit, like hunted with sticks and like cowboys and indigenous. How much? You know what I mean? Like the whole Wild West, and like this is all our ancestors and shit, right? To the point where somebody got face washed on TV and he's about to lose his job. Like, come on, man. Like, the toughness of everything has just gone to shite.
They always trying to take it out on the brothers. Thankfully, he didn't lose his job. Was it merited suspension? Sure, whatever. A game or 2, 5, whatever.
I guarantee ain't nobody gonna mess with him no more. Ain't nobody. See, he may take that suspension and be like, all right, but they know now. And that's a lesson that had to be taught. Like, I'm not the one.
It is what it is. Shout out to Juan Howard. I saw Jalen. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible today. Another member, Jalen Rose, another member of the Michigan Fab Five, spoke on it. Granted, it was PG because you know he's a PC. He's on TV. He's got to say the right things.
But his agent's telling him like, "Hey, chill out."
That's it. You know, he supported his brother. He actually made more sense of it in terms of both coaches at some point in time. You know, this season they're gonna feel like the situation could have been handled a lot differently, whether that be behind closed doors, a phone call, a talk after the game.
For sure, they're gonna feel like pure ass, bro.
But I mean, shit, man. We're human though.
These things happen.
Robots. Yo, sports is an emotional game, man. This guy put his hands on Juan Howard. He's lucky he's not the one who got faced much. You know, it was his assistant coach, and that only happened because he pushed one of his players out of the way. Juan Howard didn't like that shit.
Right? Like standing up for one of the kids. Like
those players fuck with Juan Howard. They fuck with their coach because he did that for them.
For sure. They'll go to war for him anytime now.
There you go. The recruiting is gonna go through the roof.
Yep.
I guarantee it. The recruiting is gonna go through the roof. Everybody's gonna want to line up to want to go fucking play for this guy. No question about it. That's just sure. After you see something like this, you're like, okay.
Like, yo, you ride for that's how you ride for your players? That's the school I want to go to. Like, I'm trying to let you coach me because you actually, and even parents will be like, yo, but he pushed. So that's the coach we need to be going talking to. Like, that's the school because he's gonna take care of you. Because you know, there's some single mamas somewhere going, "Who? How do you put his hands on my baby? Who? Child, please! I would have hit him with the hot grits in a little bit. Bam! Well, you know, so this fine black gentleman here, he put his hands on that man, protecting my baby. Praise Jesus to him. You know what I mean? Like, there's some mom going like, yo, that's my dude right there.
yo, shout out to Chops. This guy went in character and everything and gave us a color commentating play-by-play breakdown. I love it. Yeah, you're right.
That's something new that I'm trying out.
Right? This is gonna go a long way for recruiting. You know, in the short term, whatever. Getting suspended for 4 or 5 games, whatever amount of games left is nothing compared to the grand scheme of things. They're going to continue to get talent, and they're going to continue to be, you know, one of the premier basketball programs in the nation, as well football program. You know, Michigan is well known for its sports and its competitive nature. So I don't see this really hurting the program that much. It's going to go away. We're going to talk about
college
football
for sure, but I don't know about in the pros. Like Michigan in the pros.
Well, No. I mean, you saw something not similar, but you saw something where a coach pushed a player. I think it was the Cleveland Browns against Kansas City Chiefs, some craziness. A coach, Greg Ward, pushed the DB for the Browns. Browns DB got up and poked his chest out, made a little contact with the coach. Player got suspended, but the coach was the one who started the whole thing. So, you know, the NFL saw the tape after, and then they disciplined the coach. I believe they fined him some ridiculous amount. But, yo, I saw Bruce Arians this year, too, slap one of his DBs on the back of his head and was fined like $5,000 for it. You know, at the pro level, if your coach is putting his hands on you, you're going to want to snuff him. Not everybody, but still, the human element is at play. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but at the same time, if they have that kind of relationship with each other.
Right. It's a different story. I mean, if the DB, Andrew Adams, fucks with Bruce Arians, like they're cool like that, okay, then I would understand not doing shit. But if he doesn't really fuck with him, because I don't know, Bruce Arians have a lot of good relationships with his players. I don't see a lot of players coming out talking good shit about this guy all the time. True. Oh, there you go. See, Mike just confirmed. Yo, shout out to you, Mike. Can't wait to have you on the pod, man. Can't wait, bro. There you go. Real Talk Sports, we moving in. We closing off the hour right now. Just want to give everybody a shout out there who took the time to listen to us. Go off on our sports talk and a little bit of banter, especially on my end. Coach Shops, great to have you.
I don't know what you're talking about, homie. You do the sports talk, I talk the shit. Like, I thought that this was the thing. You're the sports guy, and I'm the shit talking guy. Like, I'm just saying.
Hey, man. We
I
make
mean, I
it
know
work.
a little bit about a little bit, but I know a lot about a lot. You know what I mean? Like
We make it work. I appreciate you always coming in. You know what I'm saying? Making a presence and just doing your thing. Yo, tell them what's going on this week. We know Chop Vision. What episode we at now? We moving closer.
39, man. 39, episode 39 this week. Yo,
40 just now. 40.
We just did the episode with Cuesta. And
yo,
that
shout out to
episode was
Cuesta, man. Shout out to Cuesta.
Fire, that episode. So good, man. Like, I really feel like Chop Vision it's becoming an entity of itself, bro. Like I fuck with Skinny. Shout out to Skin Deep. Like,
Shout out
yo,
to
I
Skinny.
can Skinny. Like,
Shit, I'm still waiting on my beat pack, fam. What's going on?
ooh.
Still waiting on that shit, man. You're supposed to have 3 beats. What's going on?
I mean, this is what I remember on Chop Vision. Was three beats. Lemmy was gonna do the video for the thing. I'm supposed to do some sort of intro. Like, this is all a thing. And
there you go.
I mean, I gotta get on. I gotta get on Skinny. I got to. You know what? I'm gonna get on him. I'm gonna clip him this and just loop that shit to him. Loop it to him.
Thank you.
You should have him here on here, but he don't know shit about sports.
There you go. I know I'm gonna tune in. That's for sure. I want to also
So I mean, this week I believe it's just gonna be me and Skinny, unless we got something else coming up. But I believe it's just me and Skinny. It's gonna be talking some shit. I got some stuff that I want to talk about and touch on the whole, shit that's going on with like right now. Like I want to. I'm not gonna go too far in this, but I would tell you this.
I have a special request. Can we get into the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Sorry, not the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's Bel-Air, right? Just Bel-Air. It's not Fresh Prince.
Okay.
Can we
now I feel like you and me are on different sides. Have you watched it?
I watched it.
How did you like it?
Can we tackle this on Chop Vision?
On Chop Vision, absolutely. We can definitely do that. I'd also like to talk to you on Chop Vision about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Say no more. Say no more. Say no more.
So it looks like this week on Chop Vision Podcast, episode 39, we got HTHEMAN going to be coming back. Apparently that just happened because we got some shit we want to talk about. So, I mean, that's what it's going to be. You just found out what it was.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Yeah. I also, before we check out, we got to give a big shout out to the big dog, the big homie, the OG, Big Mike Wilkerson. Right hand salute. Appreciate you, big dog, coming in.
Bear.
Commentary. Hooking us up with the Packers ownership link. Yo, fam, we definitely got to get you up on this. Appreciate you so much, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to set that shit up.
There you go.
Mike's going to be on. I'm going to set that shit up. Y'all two are going to get, somebody's going to get a text message.
Much respect.
I'm going to set that shit up. I'm going to make that happen.
Much respect. Can't wait. Chop Vision this weekend. If you don't know, you got to go. Google, hit up your man, Chop Vision.
Just Google Chop Vision Podcast. I got tired of telling people where to go. Just Google Chop Vision Podcast. And all I can say, I ain't wearing it now, but it's my face.
There you go.
You see this shit? That's where it is. I mean, you got Skinny, he's with me, but he don't like his face, man, all that. Hey. I mean, I'm the money maker. I get it. I'm bearded and acquitted. Like, it's all good. Nah, it's going to be a good look. Definitely. Can't wait to have you on episode 39, Chop Vision. We got HTHEMAN going to be on the show. We're going to talk about Bel-Air. We're going to talk about what he's doing on with the podcast. We might get into a little bit of football. I don't know. I like to save the sports stuff for you. Just because
you're going to get into whatever.
We're going to talk some shit. That's a guarantee.
Once again, I appreciate everybody out there taking the time to listen. We had a few listeners there. I really like that. Let's just keep the ball rolling.
Yo, everybody, tell people. Tell people. If you fuck with what we're doing, tell people. Mike, I know you know niggas. I know you know peoples, bro. Tell them to tune the fuck in. Most of them like being clapped on and shit like that by me anyway. They think it's hilarious. Pause. I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. Like, everybody you know, like, tell them fools to tune the fuck in. Sorry, I don't normally swear on this podcast.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't normally swear on this podcast, but tune in.
You already know. HTHEMAN, Chopper Style. We out. Peace and love. Peace.
Hold it down, people.